y'all, I've been watching Washington, D.C. for over 40 years. I've never seen anything as bizarre as this. Two, simultaneously. One represents the powers, and one represents the people. You heard what I just said? One represents the powers, and one represents the people. Again, why would this man, right? See if we can get a really good picture. Why would this man, the former #1 man in charge of the country, support this man? And this man is in charge. Look, y'all, I've been watching Washington, D.C. for over 40 years. I've never seen anything as bizarre as this. As bizarre. Now, usually in a time of, in general, people just rally around the one in charge, right? So, let me tell you what I've been digging up. There's supposed to be and that he really never left. And this is who's backing him.
And remember that with Ukraine, I sent the javelins that you see are so effective against the tanks. Biden didn't. You know what the javelins are? The anti-tank weapons. They knocked the hell out of those tanks. And Ukraine wouldn't be having a chance without them. That was all sent by me, all of it. We sent other military equipment too.
He has the backing of the United States. This is what I'm reading. Now let me add this to it. I've been studying this here and remnants of it for over 43 years, 4 decades. And I bumped into it by accident. And people thought I was crazy. It was a whisper. You couldn't talk about it back in the day. And I got out of the media for a while because I didn't feel safe. Yeah. Now everybody and their mama talking about it, got books out there, so it's almost like a fashion statement. But people, it's real. It's real. And they're trying to get it done by any means necessary.
And now is a time when things are shifting. There's gonna be a new world order out there, and we've got to lead it. And we've got to unite the rest of the free world in doing it.
My plea today is for countries to come together, to create the environment, that enables every sector of industry to take the action required. We know this will take trillions, not billions of dollars. We also know that countries, many of whom are burdened by growing levels of debt, simply cannot afford to go green. Here we need a vast military-style campaign to marshal the strength of the global private sector. With trillions at his disposal, far beyond global GDP, and with the greatest respect, beyond even the governments of the world's leaders, it offers the only real prospect of achieving fundamental economic transition. So, how do we do it? First, how do we get the private sector all pulling in the same direction? After nearly 2 years now of consultation, CEOs have told me that we need to bring together global industries to map out, in very practical terms, what it will take to make the transition. We know from the pandemic that the private sector can speed up timelines dramatically when everyone agrees on the urgency and the direction. So each sector needs a clear strategy to speed up the process of getting innovations to market. Second, who pays and how? We need to align private investment behind these industry strategies to help finance the transition efforts, which means building the confidence of investors so that the financial risk is reduced. Crucially, investment is needed to help transition from coal to clean energy. If we can develop a pipeline of many more sustainable and bankable projects at a sufficient scale, it will attract greater investment. Third, which switches do we flick? Which switches do we flick to enable these objectives? More than 300 of the world's leading CEOs and institutional investors have told me that alongside the promises countries have made, their nationally determined contributions, they need clear market signals, agreed globally, so that they have the confidence to invest without the goalposts suddenly moving. This is the framework I've offered in the Terracotta Roadmap created by my Sustainable Markets Initiative, with nearly 100 specific actions for acceleration. Either Brother Marcus is just completely crazy and God is not speaking to me, and everything in my life up to this point has been an accident, or God is speaking to me. Look at how the light's shining right now coming down. I take that as a confirmation. You can laugh all you want, but I know how God speaks to me. It's literally shining over what he showed me right there on the tree. He said he's going to expose the roots in America. He told me that clear as day. And you're going to have to pray in the spirit. You're going to see it, and you're going to see the truth. And some of you are going to be in denial. And you're not going to want to believe it. And guess what the Bible says? Because they love not the truth, I will send them a strong delusion.